Hi, this is Mallory Thompson, a children's librarian at the Dover Public Library, and I'm going to explain what the Reading Dragons program is, how we use it at the Dover Public Library, and give you instructions on how to access this program for free to use at your library. Liz Strauss and I originally gave this presentation at the OLC conference in October of 2021. We created this program to encourage children to visit the library throughout the school year and reward them for reading. This program is inspired by collectible trading cards like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Magic. It is no surprise that children like to collect things, and cards are very inexpensive to produce. It was also inspired by the Adoptables community. Here's an example of some custom pony art that Liz made for the My Little Pony Adoptables community on Gaia. The gist of the Adoptables community is that artists would make and sell custom characters that people would use in their stories and role-playing. Working in the Adoptables community taught us how to be efficient with our time and be creative. We were also inspired by virtual pets like Neopets, where children would build a bond with their virtual pet, nurture them, and help them grow. We decided that our cards would feature dragons because our children's room is medieval themed. We have a giant castle and murals with dragons and fairies reading books, and our mascot is a dragon named Big Louie. Here you can see a family of dragons. When we started this program, we would give the children an egg card, and when they met their reading goals, the egg would hatch and grow up. We later dropped that story and told them that they were collecting a family of dragons. When we start the program at the beginning of the school year, children have a limited selection of cards to choose from. Each month, we introduce new cards to add to the growing selection of cards. Once a card is released, kids can collect it, even after the holiday or season has passed. Having seasonal and holiday-themed cards is great for keeping the art fresh and interesting for the kids. You will also notice that we use the same line art and use different colors and patterns and occasionally add extra elements like the floaty and the holly collar to make each dragon unique, while also being efficient with our time. For our third year, we expanded the magical menagerie with these new creatures, griffins and unicorns. There are not too many of these cards yet, but we are adding new cards each month to the printable files folder. Here is a look at our reading tracker. We make a trifold brochure that tracks their reading progress from September to April. Even though our school year starts in August, we start the program in September, so students have time to acclimate to their school routine, and it gives staff time to prep the program after the summer reading program has finished. And we end in April, so we have a month to focus entirely on prepping for the summer reading program in June. For our program, we have kids track their reading in 30-minute increments. We use time for a couple of reasons. Our school district already requires students to read 30 minutes a day, so it makes it easy on parents and students. Using time also rewards effort rather than skill, which helps struggling readers not feel penalized because it takes them longer to read. The first year we ran this program, we used the number of pages read as the goal. However, this encouraged older children to read lots of picture books to meet their goal quickly, and discouraged them from reading chapter books or books they might find more satisfying. You are welcome to use any increment of progress to reward your kids that fits the needs of your community, but I highly recommend using time. The next page shown is the Dragon Egg checklist. This shows the kids what colors are available to them. My current checklist is 2 pages long. I laminate it and put it in the card binder so when kids come to pick up their cards, they can look over the laminated pages. When new cards are released, I print out the eggs and tape them onto the checklist. The first 2 years we did this program, we did not use a checklist and instead flipped through the binder to help kids find the cards they wanted, which was super time consuming. So now, while they peruse the checklist, the staff member can be checking out books or answering questions until the child is ready to choose. With every reading tracker, we also include 3 starter cards in red, green, and blue, so kids can learn how to play the card games that are included in the tracker. We wanted the card games to be simple enough for the younger children. We also wanted the games to be flexible enough to accommodate a growing collection. The first game we have uses the rules of rock, paper, scissors with colors. Red beats green, green beats blue, blue beats red. If you are familiar with Pokemon, this will make sense. So kids will choose one of their cards and lay them down at the same time to see who wins. If their cards are the same color, they tie. I don't want to get into the rules of the other games in this presentation, but you will find detailed directions in the files. Your library can hold a tournament for your kids to compete in after they have had some time to collect cards. Here are some other ideas for programming and activities to use at your library. Like with everything else I have presented so far, there are printables and templates for you to use, so you do not need to start from scratch. You could hold a coloring contest. The children came up with some cool ideas for new dragons. Liz and I selected winners and turned their artwork into new cards that all the kids can collect. Here are some of the cards the children designed. These cards are not included in the printables folder because they are special to the children who created them. You will need someone on staff who is comfortable with digital art to make the winning designs into new cards. Color your own cards is a super popular activity and also a great alternative if you don't have someone on staff to create new cards. You can print these out on cardstock and the kids can decorate them however they choose. These cards are unique to them and can be used to play the games. For the Where's Waldo cards, we have done a couple of activities. We have hidden a dragon silhouette in the library's newsletter for kids to find. We've hidden a Where's Waldo figure around the library. We have hidden the Waldo cards inside of books, so when they check out, they get the card. We have also made dragon stickers using sticker paper and a silhouette cutter. These we hand out at promotional events in our community. Another fun craft is this printable deck box. Kids can decorate and construct to house their card collection. All of these activities are included in the files. Because our Reading Dragons program only runs through the school year, we tell the kids that the dragons go on summer vacation. Last year, I made some Polaroids of the dragons doing summer activities and included a letter from the dragons to share their summer vacation with the kids. There is also an activity page where kids can write and draw about their own summer to share with the dragons. So how much will this program cost your library to reproduce? In order to answer this question in such a way that will be useful to you and the size of the community you serve, I have broken down the cost per child. If you run the basic program that we run and children collect all the cards they can possibly earn during the school year, the printing cost per child is $3.02. This number includes the reading tracker covering a period from September to April, a checklist, and 131 cards color printed on cardstock. There's a more detailed breakdown in the files if you choose to do this program. All of the activities and cards we have created are available for other libraries to use for free. It does not matter if you are a public or school librarian. You can email me through your work email and I'll send you a link to the Google Drive where we keep everything. The files are organized to help make it easy for you to find what you are looking for. There are printing instructions and tutorials to guide you through each activity. There are templates you can customize to fit your needs and use with your library logo. Besides everything I have discussed so far, we have also included some advanced files for libraries who really want to add their own flair to this program. As of this recording, there are over 300 cards for you to print out that we've already made for you. However, I know that a lot of library staff are artistically talented, and I wanted to share the editable art files with you so you can create your own cards. There are PSD files, also known as Photoshop documents, that you can use with an art program of your choice. Photoshop documents are a standard file type used by most art programs and are not exclusive to Adobe Photoshop. You could use a free art program like GIMP or Fire Alpaca, or an inexpensive program like Procreate and Clip Studio to edit them. Liz also made a tutorial to help you use the files we made. YouTube has a lot of program-specific tutorials, so if you are wanting to learn how to use an art program and give it a try, you should start there. After you have created your art, you can open up the card template in Canva and pop your new artwork onto the card background and give your card a name and add your library's logo. You only need a free Canva account to access and use this template. While we have included the files to make your own dragons, griffins, and unicorns, you don't have to stop there. You could draw your own animals. If your library or school has a mascot, why not turn them into a specific card for your library? If you have a favorite animal, you could start there too. I have a special folder where you can share your cards with everyone using the Reading Dragons program. We want this program to grow and reflect how a community of libraries can make something special that goes beyond what one library is able to make alone. I have also included a map where you can add a pin for your library so you can see how far the Reading Dragons have traveled. If you do not know how to add a pin to the map, you can email your library's address to me and I will add it to the map. Thank you for staying till the end. Here's the email address again to contact me about getting the link to access all of the files for this program.